Running a business in general is not easy. So
true.
when people are looking at entrepreneurs and thinking they're living their best lives, you don't know what they're going through. Smarty pants, the Gen Zs will tell you it's about working smart, not working hard. But you need the hard work to translate into a smart work.
Hello there, and good evening to you. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Afro Culture series, which has given birth to the Wedding Podcast. Tonight, my guest is someone who doesn't play with timing, someone who's a perfectionist, someone who is a guru in the event space, someone I love to call Rich Auntie, Oga Pata Pata, Oga Madam, Oga de Oga Ankasa. Good. But I'm sure you're wondering whom I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my ultimate pleasure to introduce to us Deborah Jane, CEO of Think Mahogany. Oga Madam, I hail you.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Ooh.
so much.
I'm blushing. I'm blushing to have the Oga herself in the studios.
I'm honored to be in your presence.
Hey, this one, it looks like a Bible verse.
No, I'm truly honored to be in your presence.
No, I have to see that, not the other way around. I have to see that.
We've worked together long enough.
I got should I say the privilege to work with you. And it's an experience I'll never forget. Yeah, it's still here. So sometimes when I tell people, have you worked with her? You don't know. You have to experience it.
And I hope it's a good experience.
Hey, solid. Very, very solid. For people who haven't even experienced you, from afar, they even know that, Charlie, this is a no-go area. Like, this is a perfectionist area for you to go and experience something and learn something for your brand as well.
That's good. I thank God that when people work with me, it's a learning experience for them. And it's also usually a learning experience for me because, we're all from different backgrounds, different expectations, different experiences.
Yeah.
So when we come together, I'm also learning from you because, of course, you've come with experience from other jobs.
Yeah.
And so I also tap into that.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win situation.
It's a win-win together. Every day is a learning curve. For those of you who don't know, Deborah Jane Nelson is the CEO of Think Mahogany and is also the founder of Jollof Rave right here in Ghana. Once again, you're welcome.
Thank you. So with Jollof Rave, I'm co-curator. It's my business partner Norbert and I.
Oh, okay.
That do Jollof Rave.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've met Norbert.
Yes.
Shouts to you, Norbert. Shouts to you. So we're going straight into business. Right. I'm sure the first question everyone wants to know. Mm-hmm. Who is Deborah Jane Nelson?
Oh gosh, who is Deborah Jane Nelson?
Yeah.
Deborah Jane Nelson, I would say, is a woman of faith that is living her purpose on earth through entrepreneurship. So Think Mahogany, through philanthropy, Zero Hunger Ghana and Mama Jollof, and also through impact. Impact Your World with Deborah Jane and Ghana Events Industry Academy.
Charlie, plenty. This one, the accolades we can carry. Wow. But how long has it been? We're talking about Think Mahogany. Mm-hmm. How did it start?
14 years ago, on the 6th of March, 2010, I did my very first event. And it was for the African Movie Academy Awards. Wow. As you remember, at Mensvik. So it's been 14 years of not planning to be an event planner.
Okay.
But I found myself in that space.
Wow.
And I think it was orchestrated for God for that time. And I'm still being obedient and serving the people that He brings in my realm of influence.
Wow. 14 years ago. How has the journey been?
Not easy. It looks easy on social media. Mm-hmm. It looks easy on camera when the cameramen come and capture and the bloggers are there capturing. It looks easy, but it's not easy because, you are working for different people all the time. People have different expectations. Yeah. You are working with different vendors. Some very difficult to work with. Some also very good to work with. Because of trends, clients' expectations are changing.
That's true.
And apart from clients' expectations changing, guest expectation as well.
Yeah.
Because guest
Yeah.
experience is also very important.
Yeah.
So all those things. And then also the people you work with, your staff, your
Yeah.
team members, they make or break you.
Yeah. That's
You know,
true.
so for me, and also our environment,
Yeah.
the tax systems, all of that,
Yeah.
the currency, the inflation, cost of living.
Yeah.
Running a business in general is not easy. So
true.
when people are looking at entrepreneurs and thinking they're living their best lives, you don't know what they're going through. So for me, but as much as I would say that it's not been the easiest, I've also had very good moments. And I don't take that for granted at all. I've won many, many, many awards.
Mhm.
I've walked in rooms that I never thought I would walk into. My name is mentioned on tables that I never imagined.
Yeah.
So I would not say it's just been tough. I mean,
Wow.
it's been good too.
It's been good. You are a Christian,
Oh, yes.
devoted one as such.
Oh, yes.
So you do every event.
But I'm not saying I'm not a sinner. It's different. So, yes. I'm a
But
Christian.
since you're in the event space, you do every event. Do you have events you don't do?
I wouldn't do a cultic event for sure.
Okay, so that's okay.
Yeah,
But
I wouldn't
would
do a cultic.
you?
But I'll do Muslim events,
Muslim
Hindu
events,
events. I'm serving a client, so
Yeah.
and also I have values, and
Okay.
it's there are certain things I wouldn't do. Like
Okay.
I probably wouldn't have strippers at my event and coordinate it. Like little things like that, I wouldn't do. Not just I respect the women.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's
that
true.
the things that would not agree with my values, I would let the client know this. Maybe I'm not the right fit for it.
But would you do a divorce event, a divorce party?
Yes, because I'm sure there's a good reason why they're getting divorced. I'm sure there's a good reason why they're getting divorced. I mean, even pastors get divorced. That's the reality.
Yeah, that's true.
Pastors
that's
are
true.
men first
Yeah.
before men of God.
With your 14 years of experience, where you started and where we are now, what's the distinct difference?
Where we are now, we are in a fast space, and a lot of people are interested in social media pleasing.
Okay.
People are more interested in social media pleasing,
Okay.
and like I said, we are in a fast era.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, people believed in hard work. I find now people are not interested in hard work.
Okay.
They just want to get the job done. And if it's too hard, then they're not interested. Now, the smarty pants, the Gen Zs will tell you it's about working smart, not working hard. But you need the hard work to translate into a smart work.
Yeah, that's true.
So a lot of people in this era have lost interest in hard work, in persistence, in diligence.
Yeah.
Everything, they just want it quick.
Yeah,
The
that's true.
microwave era.
Yeah, and they are not even doing the attention to details thing,
At
which is
all.
very important,
So,
right? There's been like talks, I think, over the years, right? People miss the difference between who an event stylist is and who a decor person is. What's the difference?
okay, honestly, a stylist and a decor person, it's really the same profession,
Okay.
but named differently.
Differently.
It's really the same because a decorator so actually the same profession is event decorator, event stylist, event designer.
Okay.
Now we even have event architect. Okay, so we've evolved from decorator to stylist to designer. Now we have even event architects.
But I'm sure you're an architect, Jokil. I've seen videos where you pick your pencil, you draw the
Yes,
floor plan.
I'm actually yes, I do event architecture.
Yeah, because I've seen something and I'm like, okay, this is way different.
No, I am very detailed when it comes to the design aspect of my events. I'm very detailed in how things go. I do the measurements myself because maybe that's a bad trait. I don't trust people taking measurements for me because I don't want to get there on the day and then it's not fitting. So yeah, I'm very up to the T with what I do.
Someone would ask, why mahogany? Why not wawa? Why not odum? Why not sapele? But why mahogany? And why should we think the mahogany way?
Okay. So the think came after the mahogany event. So, and the reason why the think came is if you think of an events company, think mahogany events. So that is what the think is there before mahogany. So if I say to you, are you thinking of doing an event? Yes. So what are you thinking of using? Think mahogany.
Oh.
Okay. So that is how think mahogany came about. However, the company name Mahogany Events, why not ebony or why not wawa? Why not sapele? You know, the mahogany tree is actually one of the longest lasting trees. It has multiple purposes. It's one of the tallest. It's one of the strongest. Of course, I want my brand to be like that.
And it defines you. Everything you've said in a nutshell defines you, because I have had the chance to work with you. So I know some of these details as well. So let's talk about, if someone wants to use your services, think mahogany, how do they go about it? I book you. Is it for coordination? Is it for styling? How is it done?
Okay. So I think mahogany, we have 3 services. We have event planning, event design, styling, decor, and then we have event coordination. So it's up to you. You can decide to use me for 1, for 2, or all 3. Each one is priced differently because I don't want to limit anyone to thinking that, just because they're using me for decor, they have to use me for coordination. But what I have had to put, in fact, I've had to put my foot down. A lot of people will call you, pick your brain over the phone for sometimes to an hour, sending you constant messages. And they're not using you, by the way. They're just using you.
You're intellectual,
exactly.
Aspect.
And they're using you like as yellow services. Those days, the yellow book, telephone directory. Right. So a lot of people would call you and be asking you questions. And they're using it also to shop around. And they'll be like, can you please do an estimate for me so that I see if I can afford you? You know, doing an estimate is not a 1-minute affair. Sometimes up to a week or sometimes even 2 weeks because every event is tailored to the client's specific need. So for instance, if your house is, let's say, the garden is only 20 foot by 20 foot, then I need to know that the backdrop that fits in that space can't be past a certain size. I have to contact the person doing the backdrop, get an estimate for that person. That person is also busy. So I have turnaround time. So every single vendor's turnaround time, by the time that is all accumulated, it can take up to 2 weeks. A lot of data goes into this because we are sending pictures across. I want something like this. They'll send, and then a lot of phone calls. At the end of the month, MTN doesn't care if you got the job or not. They're sending you your bill, right? The administrator you're using to do all this chasing of vendors, you are paying them. They're sitting in an office with overheads. How many, do an estimate, let me see if I can afford you, do you think I'm willing to do in a month? Because it's all costly. So now I'm very strict. First of all, before you came to me, you knew what I'm capable of. And I don't brand myself as much as people assume. I only do luxury events. I actually try not to brand myself as a luxury event.
You can't hide from that. That one there, you can't hide.
It's in the branding. It's just in the branding. But honestly, I refuse to sell myself as an only luxury event planner because I want to be able to serve a wider market. I don't want to be in that niche.
You don't want to be fixed.
I don't. So I've come up with, when you call, I'm willing to talk to you for 15 minutes. Free consultation, no more. If you want us to talk further, you book a consultation and you pay for that. I'll give you up to 3 hours of my time, face to face. And that also includes a visit to wherever venue you're doing the event. After that, I would give you a costing for whatever service you want me for. So if it's decor, costing for decor only. If it's
Okay.
planning, costing for planning only. If it's coordination, costing for coordination only. Now, if you want me to get a whole list of quotations, then you have to pay me for 1 month planning. Then after all that, if you choose not to use me, at least my time is not completely wasted.
Yes, please.
And you are free to use whatever information I've given you with whichever vendor you choose. And, it's a business we are running.
Yeah.
And I stick by it now.
Wow. Has the way we plan event changed over the years?
Oh, absolutely. When we started, we didn't have chat GTP, answering emails for clients. We didn't have chat GTP coming up with concepts.
Yeah.
We didn't have Canva. We didn't have all these softwares that will have a 3D rendition of what your event would look like. So it was more talking. You have to sell the idea.
Marketing.
A lot of marketing, but also clients. Now everything is on social media.
Yeah.
So before the client even came to you, they have their inspiration, a whole catalog.
Yeah.
And they expect you to meet their. But back in the day, you are selling the ideas to them. They had very limited reference.
Yeah.
So you are now blowing their minds. So it's very different. We're in two different eras. So the Gen Zs and the millennials, the expectations are very different.
Very different. My people are telling me I should ask you, why are event planners so expensive?
Expense is relative. When I say expense is relative, also which event planner is... honestly, I don't even know what other event planners are charging. And some people come to me and they'll say, I actually thought you were more expensive than this.
Oh, sir.
And I'm thinking, why would you first think that? I guess it's the way I carry myself, the way I brand myself.
Maybe the brand, though.
And maybe my list of clientele. I don't know. But like I'm saying, expense is relative. The reason why I say that is, let me just use a bottle of water, for instance, right? Somebody will be quite okay buying a bottle of water for 10 cedis.
Yes, please.
Somebody else would never buy a bottle of water for 10 cedis.
Yeah, that's true.
Not that it isn't that they can't afford it.
Yeah. They don't
but
see
they
the
don't
need.
see the need, the value. Why is that same content, especially if, let's say, it's the 500 ml?
Yeah.
I think it's the same as a sachet. It's the same content. And they'll be paying, 5%?
Yeah. Yeah.
So really, and what might seem expensive to you, to somebody...
Maybe cheaper to someone. But what are we not doing right as an industry?
I think as an industry, at least now we have EVAC, the Event Vendors Association of Ghana.
Yes, please.
That's...
You can channel your grievances through.
But what I also find with that is, the Event Vendors Association of Ghana, it's like a family unit where it's brought together people that are delivering services within the event industry.
Okay.
However, I don't think they've been able to put in place policies and regulations for a professional body
like that.
Because I see vendors under delivering all the time, not delivering excellence.
Yeah.
But what is the association doing to penalize them? Absolutely nothing. So a lot of vendors are getting away with a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I think if we have a professional body, something like that should be looked at, right? It shouldn't just be for the fun and a community of a support system.
Yeah.
I love the support system though. And they are very, I'm here for you. But I think we need more discipline.
Yeah, but in the case of someone not being a part of the association, I'm saying this because I have an experience where this event planner made away with over 60,000 cedis from a client. And this lady I'm talking about isn't or hasn't ever or has never been part of the event fraternity. With someone like that, the industry doesn't know her. But whoever this client is going to go out there trying to paint a picture that when you go to Ghana, these people can make away with your money. So something like that. I think the EVAG space as a whole can't regulate something like that, unless of course you think there would be or there's a need for them to do some of these things, right?
I think so. And also contracts. First of all, I mean, that's fraudulent vendor. Did they not have a contract with the client? So what is binding them? And when they didn't deliver, why are they still walking free? Have they been able to compensate? Were they taken to any police station? Did they appear in court? How was this matter, resolved?
Yeah.
So contracts are also very, very, very important. Contract between clients and vendors, even contract between vendors. So for instance, as a planner, I should have a contract with, for instance, my photographer.
Okay.
That I recommend. And why I mentioned photographer is, typical example with photographers. A photographer will tell you they will need 100% payment before they come and shoot on the day.
Wow.
So I'm the middle person.
Yeah.
So I'll tell the client, okay, so for the photographer, we need to give them 100%.
Yeah.
I've collected the money from the client. I've given it to you. And in your contract, you said we'll get the pictures in, let's say, a month. A month, the client hasn't gotten the pictures. The client is not giving you pressure. The client is giving me pressure, the planner. I've already paid you.
Yeah.
Why am I getting the pressure?
Yeah.
So now I have decided. As the middle person, I will definitely collect the 100% payment from the client for you. However, I'm not giving you the 100%. I'll hold on to 30% or whatever we agree in our contract.
Okay.
Deliver the pictures, and then I give you your money, because now I also have to look after. I have the clients to protect, and I have you to protect as well. Yeah. But it's always we, the planners, end up getting the heat for something we are not. True. So it's also in my contract that I cannot be held fully responsible for a vendor's shortfall.
Yeah.
But also it seems unfair on the clients as well.
You know. Yeah.
So, or they do the video and the sound is bad, and then I'm getting the heat for it when you've been paid in full.
The file can even get corrupt.
Exactly. So even between planners and vendors, we need to have a contract.
Whoa.
And I've gone to the T where even bar people, food people, if you don't clean the environment before you leave, I'll hold a certain amount of money. Because especially imagine you go to a client's house and you cook at the back. After the event, you leave cooking oil on the floor. The whole place is a mess. And you leave. Yeah, your food can be 100%.
Yeah.
But with bad hygiene, it's not going to work. And you cannot leave somebody's space like that. The cocktail people, they'll leave bottles all over the floor, tissue paper, straws. No. You clean your environment completely.
Professionalism at its peak.
Yeah, because it's somebody's house. You know, even if it's an event space,
you still have to be clean.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, cleanliness. So for me, all those little things matter.
But what are some of the mistakes most of the planners make that you've chanced upon? Or you've seen people, do one or two errors you'd want us to correct or maybe do better on?
You know, this I know somebody who can do it for cheaper. That is a big problem.
But they said that one is monkeys play by sizes.
But some of the planners, I've heard stories. Some of the planners to inflate prices.
Oh, Charlie.
I've heard stories where planners inflate prices, or the planner will tell the client or collect the client a bill of, let's just say, for instance, the planner will tell the caterer, we are cooking for 100 people, give me the bill. After the client pays, they'll say, in fact, make it food for 80. And then they pocket
the rest.
On the day the food is not enough.
I really have a top up with that. Recently, I was at an event where I was told the food is finished. I'm like, okay, hold on. Could it be that the caterer didn't cook enough? Or could it be that the people were over the number of people the caterer was given? And then I also thought about, okay, let's take it this way. How about planner takes money, but don't pay the caterer the amount she's supposed to take? Maybe client tells you, my guest 200. Planner takes 200, goes to pay 150. And in the course of the event, food is finished. Plate is finished. If there's one thing I can't stand, plate is finished. What do you also think accounts for some of these
Okay,
things?
so sometimes even the clients are not honest.
Okay.
So the client knows very well that their squad, their family members,
Chai.
their neighborhood,
Multitudes.
there'll be 500 people.
Wow.
But we bill everything per head.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
the client will tell you, I don't think we'll be more than 200. Let's work with 200. And then
Yeah.
on the day, the people there are more
Yeah.
than the 200. So that's one thing. Usually, that's a lot of times that's a situation where the people that end up coming to the event are more. I mean, even the vendors alone, usually they're like 50 vendors
Yeah.
alone. Camera crew, the
Yeah.
ushers, the coordinators, the waiters, security. So the vendors alone, even if there's a live band. You
Ooh.
understand? Yeah, bloggers. So the
Charlie.
vendors alone are like
Squad.
50. Exactly. Clients tend to forget that they would also eat at some point during the event.
But is it compulsory for a client to feed some of these people, or maybe the vendors?
You know what? There was a time ago that there's a debate on Instagram about this, that the photographer must be fed.
No. I bet to differ.
Yeah, my opinion, no. You are being paid to provide the service.
Yeah.
You are not there to eat.
Yeah.
Bring your food.
Mhm.
Bring your snacks.
Yeah.
Order in food. Have your assistant go pick
Yeah.
up food. So it was a whole debate. And where the photographer said, then maybe when it's time for your first dance, that's when I want to go and eat. And I'm thinking that's very
Yeah.
childish,
Yeah.
unprofessional. And sorry, but I also find that a lot of photo and video people, they feel like divas sometimes.
Oh yeah, sometimes I've met I've experienced some, like they tell you, oh, we have to eat. We came in the morning, we haven't eaten.
I order food for my staff all the time. We have takeaway packs delivered at a particular time. When I'm doing an event, I have one member of staff who is in charge of. So when I'm coordinating, I assign team members to different things. So the person who's in charge of, let's say, food and beverage, the person who is in charge of sound, MC, the person who's in charge of design. So I assign coordinators, and then I also assign a coordinator to all of us. The person who is in charge of our welfare as well. So that coordinator is the one that will make sure that there's food for us at a particular time. And that coordinator will be the one to make sure that we all take turns to eat and we are not all disappearing at the same time.
Wow. I know you've trained lots of people.
I think about over 800 now.
Oh, 800. And out of the 800, I think I know one person who is doing very well for herself. Crystal Hayes.
Ah, yes, Catherine.
Yeah, Catherine is doing very well. She speaks highly of you almost every time.
Oh, thank
you. That's my madam. That's my madam. Your madam is everyone's madam. But these days, you find out there, there are younger people, or anyone out there will tell you, I'm a coordinator. I'm the coordinator. I'm the planner. How does one become an event coordinator or a planner? Is it by default? Is it by calling, or you need the training for it?
People need to be trained. There are a lot of people out there doing mediocre, and because the clients don't know any different, they think they're doing a good job, and these people go running with it, especially because of social media. And another thing that I keep saying, that a lot of young businesses, really, they should be giving credit to people like Kwekuzi, Blaze, and all that are doing amazing trailers. And they trend. They should even be thanking bloggers, because what happens is people are seeing trending videos and automatically assume that the person who planned the event was phenomenal, or the person who coordinated it.
That's very true.
But it's a story being told in video.
True.
You understand? So for me, and that's also one of the reasons why I stopped posting for a long time. I want you to experience my brand. I want you to experience my work. I don't want you to think I did a good job just because you saw a video trending. A lot of people are just leveraging on bloggers and video content creators. A lot of people get up and they are planners. But in a crisis, in the middle of an event, how would they be able to handle it without experience, without good training?
Wow.
You need to be learned in the industry where you find yourself, so that whatever hits you, you are able to face the storm. Okay. So for me, I would always say, please, please, please invest in training. I'm not saying come to me to train you. There are a lot of people doing training.
Yeah.
But invest in your craft. There are certain people I would never work with. And it's not out of pride or because I feel like you're not giving value. You're gonna, and a lot of people also try and jump on my boat to learn from me. My DM, I'm an usher, I'm a coordinator, I want to work with you. No, now and before, what I used to do is I used to give people chances a lot where, okay, if you want to work with me, that's fine. Come.
Okay.
You have to do my training for free because for me, I was thinking, oh, let me train them because at the end of the day, it's my event, my reputation at stake, blah, blah, blah. So you train them for free. They show up at 3 of your events. You're paying them, by the way, as well.
Okay.
And then you don't see them again. They started their own event company. So now what I've done is if you want to coordinate on my team or you want to usher for me, no problem. Pay for me to train you. Then you can join my team.
When you pay, you get to know the value.
Exactly.
Wow. Out of the 800 people you've trained, can you make some out like who are, should I say, are making you proud already?
Oh, yes. L'Amour, Bella.
L'Amour.
Daniela. So Melange.
Oh, Occasions Hub.
Occasions Hub. So she's
Daniela.
Occasion Hub and
And
Melange
Melange.
Experience. I mentioned Purple Oyster, Brenda.
Purple Oyster.
Oh, gosh. Of course, Catherine.
Catherine.
There are a lot of them doing great works out there. Oh, there's Event Time as well. That Belinda. I mean, there's so many of them.
Challenge.
So many of them.
We have to carry you at our back. Because honestly speaking, some of these people you've just mentioned are people most of us out there, admire.
Even Eventel, Baba.
Oh, goodness me.
She's
over the top, right? She's over the top, right?
And I remember one of the classes where Baba was sitting in front of me and she said, I don't think this thing I can do it. It's hard. I don't think I can do it. I said, okay, well, think about it and just give it a try. And today, look at who she is.
Charlie, you'll be legendary. No, you see, I think one time I heard someone say, if they say someone has really lived or accomplished or maybe achieved a lot in life, it's not about their worth. It's not about the number of cars or positions they have. It's about the impact they've made out there for people also to explore, maybe do better than them. And that's what you have done. Charlie.
Thank you so much.
I dove my flat chest out to you. Plenty.
And I thank God that He's made me worthy to be the one to do that.
Yeah. But what do you think we can do better going forward as an industry?
The dishonesty, the culture of dishonesty needs to change.
Down there, unless Jesus come.
I'm not famous for speaking the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people would say that maybe I am very objective or I say things as they are, no filter. But I find that people are not honest and people lack a lot of discipline.
That's true.
And diligence. We need honesty. We need honesty. We need fair. People need to be fair to each other. And people need to stop being working in cliques. Give people the deserving opportunities, and don't get a job and just because maybe you have a caterer friend, a bartender friend. Oh, I've been talking about people that I've trained.
Yeah.
Mobile bar is also, she used to be my personal assistant for many years.
Is that Kara?
Kara, yes.
Yeah,
there's mobile bar and then there's Mira. Oh my God.
Great.
I shouldn't even mention names also, but you didn't mention my name. Yes. So just because these people are your friends, that doesn't mean automatically you need to give them the job.
Yeah.
It shouldn't work like that. You should give people chances. That's how you're also helping others. I find that there's a lot of clique systems.
Yeah.
Everybody knows me. I don't have a clique.
Yeah.
I work with anybody as long as you're shooting for that position and you are within the client's budget. Yeah. I like to give people a chance. Yeah. But I think, and then also undercutting all the time, undercutting. So I just think that people need to be more honest.
Yeah.
And fair
about it. But on a scale of 10, right? Let's say within or maybe after this 14-year span, even before 2010 or maybe 2009, there was Ovation. And then there was a magazine program on TV. So the only time we got to see some of this luxurious wedding was when Dele Momo would go to Nigeria, do some shots, come to Ghana, put it on TV for us to watch. Do you think we've been able to live it up? Do you think we've done well for ourselves? On a scale of 10, which figure do you think befits us?
Hey, now Ghana, we're even outdoing Nigeria in some ways.
Hey, they're not
Yes.
gonna agree.
They won't agree because, and the reason why actually it won't be fair to say that is because we do like 200 people, 300 people events.
Yeah.
They minimum 1,000 people, 1,005. Yeah, I actually went to work on an event with Funke Bakona's team, Zafar Events in Nigeria. And it was in Ilorin. It wasn't even in Lagos. 3,000 guests for a wedding.
3,000.
That's how they roll, you know. So it won't be fair actually. So I take that back. It won't be fair to compare our 500 people max event.
Even the 500 we are complaining.
Even the 500 we are complaining, right? But we have actually put events on the global market. Look at December in Ghana.
Ooh.
Even the Nigerians are trying to come to Ghana for December.
Yeah.
You know, and if one thing I would say that maybe our government has done well is made Ghana attractive.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
As much as it's made Ghana expensive as well, it's made Ghana attractive.
Wow. What's the most memorable event you've ever planned?
It'll be hard to answer because it could be memorable in different ways for different reasons.
Because we know you've done lots of big weddings. One notable one, I think I heard someone talk about Stoneboy's wedding.
Yeah. You know, actually, yes. So I did Stoneboy's wedding, and he saw me on social media. Ooh. And if I tell you how Stoneboy even found me, so I did a wedding where the bride at the bridal party, one of the bridesmaids and groomsmen dancing to Higher. You know that Stoneboy song, Higher. And that was even the first time I heard that song. Wow. But I listened to the words. And I really, really, really liked it.
Deep words.
So, and those days I used to always post on social media. So I posted and then somebody tagged him under that short video of them dancing. And then he followed me. One day I received a DM, "Can I have your number?" And I said, okay, I give him my number. Then he called me, goes, "So his lady is going to call me." And then the lady called. I went to meet them. And before then, I'd never even met Stoneboy in person.
Wow.
I met them. And then, I did their wedding, then their baby's christening, then birthday, his 30th birthday, his mother-in-law's parties. I even worked on his concert. He comes to my house. So we've become family.
This will be legendary. You've done Stoneboy, you've done the president, you've done the president's associate, you've done friends. But honestly speaking, like, you're someone the event industry looks up to. If you don't, I know you're aware of this, but maybe I might be exaggerating. But allow me to. We can try and put this out there and ask ourselves: how many people have had the chance to work with Think Mahogany? Out of 100, maybe you might only get maybe 10 or 40. Because the newer ones, I think, are doing something way, way, way different as compared to what you did over there. When you started, social media wasn't vibrant like it used to be now. So, Charlie, we're giving you, the props and all that. You've really done well.
Thank you.
In going forward, and even before we wrap up, when are we having the next Jollof Rave?
On Saturday, the 2nd of November, 2024, we'll be hosting Jollof Rave. So usually Jollof Rave is supposed to be the first Saturday in November. It was a strategic date for many years, but then we decided to play around with dates.
Okay.
But we've come back to 2nd of November. I mean, the first Saturday in November, because that's exactly 2 weeks after World Food Day.
Okay.
And Jollof Rave always works in partnership with Zero Hunger Ghana.
Yeah.
So we raise funds with Jollof Rave to support Zero Hunger Ghana. And every year we have a particular sustainable goal that we pursue.
Great.
And Jollof Rave, before it started as just a Jollof event, there was an era where Jollof rice was like, it was a hype.
Yeah.
And we capitalized on that. But then we've evolved beyond that. And it's not about Jollof rice anymore. It's about culture. It's
Okay.
about celebrating creatives.
Mhm.
So giving entrepreneurs the opportunity to sell their
Okay.
food and drinks, giving creatives the opportunities to showcase their craft.
Okay.
And also, very importantly, too, giving a lot of young people the opportunity to work on the team as
Great.
learning experience in
Experience.
event production, coming up with brilliant ideas. And also, we incorporate a lot of CSR as well.
Okay, great. We're looking forward for that. Okay. Second, is it second?
Saturday, 2nd of
Saturday, 2nd
November.
November 2024. Even before we wrap up, right? Are you still open for training?
Oh, yes. I'm definitely open for training. I do a lot of one-on-one trainings now where
Okay.
people just book a session, full day, 2 days, 3 days,
Okay.
and then we do training. Also, I have also, have you heard of the Events Masterclass Ghana?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I was doing that in partnership with Wendy of
Okay.
Deco Talk.
Okay.
So we're running the masterclass program where Wendy would focus on design. So it was a partnership I was doing and still doing with Wendy of Deco Talk.
Great.
So when people want to do training, we come together. I take some of the modules, she takes some of the modules. So I
Okay.
used to focus on planning and coordination and running an event company module. And she
Okay.
would focus on design module.
Okay.
However, now I've gone beyond just those modules. I'm trying to do marketing modules, social media modules, health and safety modules, lighting design modules. So I'm doing many more modules than what we were doing together. So I'm evolving onto the Ghana Event Industry Academy, where I'm promoting training in everything event. So what that means is, for instance, I can decide to do an MCing module where I'll get a professional MC to teach people who are interested in MC. So
Great.
now I'm looking at the event industry
As a whole. Yeah.
and running training programs for different, so maybe blogging at events, ushering at events, even hospitality at events,
Right.
camera works, things like the health, like I said, health and
Yeah.
safety at events and stuff. So yeah, so soon I'll be launching the Ghana Events Industry Academy.
Great. We are looking forward for that. We so can't wait for that one to come into existence so that
Thank
some
you.
of us can also come and
Thank
at
you.
least learn more. Every day is a learning curve, for us to like learn on the job. We're now at the point where we're going to play around. So this is called the Afro Quiz,
Ish.
where you get to choose one out of the two options I'm about to give you.
Okay.
So, corporate events or weddings?
Corporate events.
Wow. This is going to be cheesy. NPP or NDC?
NDC.
Charlie, this
It was too quick, eh?
it was too quick.
NDC.
NDC. Great.
Hey, please, so that doesn't mean NPP people should give you jobs. So NPP people, please give me jobs.
Yes, they will.
But please allow me to support NDC.
Yes,
Thank
they
you.
will. Great. Perfectionist or excellence?
Excellence.
Why excellence?
Perfectionism is a state of mind.
Okay.
Excellence is an effort.
Great.
When I say that is, you see this Forbes magazine, and by
Yeah.
the way, I have a prayer that one day I also feature.
Amen.
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 So this was like this, right?
yeah.
For you, there's nothing wrong with it. It's
Mhm.
sat there, diagonal, it's
Yeah.
fine. But maybe for me, throughout this event,
Yeah.
this interview, I wish it was like this. So that's me being a perfectionist.
Perfectionist.
Because for me, from my angle, I think it looks better like that.
Yes.
From your angle, it looked okay like that.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
excellence is the fact that we even have thought about this in the first place and putting it here.
Wow. Old Testaments or New Testament?
New Testament.
Wow. The body church or the destination church?
Body church.
Body church. Why the body church?
Hey, these questions are getting deeper and deeper. No. Next question.
Next question. So I think that will be the last one for me. But before we wrap up, what will be your last words?
First of all, this podcast for me, I wasn't expecting this. And I've truly, truly, truly enjoyed it. And from seeing what you've already put out there on social media,
Yeah.
and seeing the kind of people that have been here.
Yeah.
I feel honored to be here as well, because definitely you are interviewing, the good people, the
Thank
people
you.
making an impact.
Thank you.
And also, it's also a good opportunity for people to learn more about the industry, because people have different ideas about the industry. And also, I was having this conversation with somebody earlier that a lot of people undermine event professionals.
That's true.
They don't give the event professional the due respect.
That's true.
And I don't know if they think it's because it is a recreational profession. I don't know why, but they don't really give people working in the event industry the credit that they're due and the respect that they're due. So I think things like this would bring more awareness as well, and also win us some respect.
Whenever you strive to grow in life, strive for perfection, strive for excellence. My guest has been Deborah J. Nelson, CEO of Think Mahogany Events and the co-founder of Jollof Rave Ghana. I've learned a lot. I'm inspired. Until I come your way next time, be good, stay safe. It's the Afro Culture Studios giving us the Wedding Podcast, hosted by yours truly, the Troy MC. Peace out.